Yes boys, it's Luca. Welcome back to the channel. And I know you're probably used to a bunch of my vlogs, a bunch of my other sit down talking videos, but this video I wanted to keep a bit more different. I wanted to just keep it raw, literally me right now in the car, chilling here, just a raw sit down and talk video. And in this video, I wanted to go through the actual raw realities of being an entrepreneur, being a millionaire, running an OFM agency, and what it actually entails and what your life is actually like. Because at the end of the day, you probably see on social media, you see all these guruses, you see whatever other guy doing any other business trying to sell you the dream. They're trying to sell you the dream of a lifestyle that you don't have to work, you can live, party every day, go on yachts in Dubai every day, work from your phone, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. You've probably seen this now for the last 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. Shit, I've fucking seen this since 2017, 2018. The same guys who are selling Forex signals, the same guys who are just doing bullshit, explaining you can be like them, you can do the same thing as them, without actually showing the back end, without actually showing what is the work that you need to put into to get to where you want to be. Because at the end of the day, I could sit here and tell you, look, if you do X, Y, Z, you can get to X, Y, Z, you can achieve your desired goal, your outcome. But at the end of the day, you need to know exactly how you're going to do it. You need to know exactly what steps you need to take. There are so much components and factors. And one of the biggest things that I wanted to go through specifically in this video is all business is the same. At the end of the day, whether you're running a dropshipping business, whether you're running an OFM agency, a marketing agency, social media agency, a fucking dropshipping product, a TikTok shop, whatever fucking business, Shopify, any type of e-com, Etsy, whatever the fuck the business is, it doesn't matter. Even if it's real life business, brick and mortar businesses, etc. At the end of the day, business principles are universal. And what do I mean by this? Business principles is everything in business is systems and SOPs, or it's setting up systems or creating SOPs and having them run. Everything is universal. Every business is problem, solve the problem, create a solution, and that is creating value. Essentially, you creating a solution or you solving a problem, you are adding value to the marketplace or value to the consumer, value to, let's say you're an agency, to your creator, your model, value to someone. You have to add value. And for adding value, in exchange, you get money. And at the end of the day, business, if you break it down to the deepest and corest level, it's having problems, consistently solving problems, and setting up systems and SOPs to actually have these problems be solved, be working, and have it so that you don't have to manually or physically always be the one doing X, Y, Z. Because at the end of the day, probably a lot of you watching this video are not actually entrepreneurs. You're not actually running a business. You're basically a full-time freelancer. Let's say you're running an OFM agency and you're doing the chatting, you're doing the marketing, you're doing the outreaching, you're doing everything. Effectively, you are a freelancer because you're not actually operating as a business. Any business has to hire, has to train, has to fire, has to set up systems, has to create up standard operating procedures, how the employee should act, what they should do, has to have KPIs, has to know exactly what each employee has to do to hit a certain metric to get to a certain goal. And at the end of the day, if you're doing everything yourself because you think you can do it the best or you think no one can do it as good as you, you're just selling yourself short-sighted. Number one, main reason being is that you're a one-man person. Every big company you see, big business, big agency, whatever the fuck it is, it was never a one-man person running the whole show. It's always someone at the top with a business partner or a team at the top and multiple teams doing their task at 100% capacity and then having the actual business scale from there. And you have to look at this from a more kind of higher level perspective, a more deeper look. Okay, let's say if you want to scale, fuck that. What's your goal? Is your goal to make money? Yes or no? How much money do you want to make? I want to make 20k per month, 100k per month, a million a month. Define what your goal is. Once you define that, okay, how am I going to get to there? What do I need to do to get to there? For example, if your goal is to make a shit ton of money, to make 100k a month, 200k a month, 300 plus k a month, what do you actually need to do? Number one, you need to set up systems. Yes, you can get to that one time, twice, 3 times. It's very easy if you don't have systems set up. I mean, I've done it at the start of my journey as well. I've had massive months and they've always come back lower, back down to about 50, 60K when I've had a 150K month with one model just popping off with a TikTok, for example. I've had that myself. And why? Because I didn't have systems set up. You always come back down to either what you deserve to make or what your systems allow you to make. You can always have up and downs, that's business. But at the end of the day, you are paid what you deserve. And if you feel like you don't deserve what you're getting paid at the moment, whether it's in your job, whether it's in your business, whatever the case may be, you're simply not doing enough. You don't have enough systems set up. You don't have enough scale set up, enough creators, enough workers, enough employees, enough backend to handle the sale, enough backend to handle the systems or handle the new creators or handle the new increase in business, for example. This is just OFM specific. You need to look at everything in your business as a problem you need to solve. Okay, let's say you're getting started. Let's say you're getting started in OFM, for example. You're getting started. What problems you need to solve? First of all, you need a client. Okay, how am I going to solve the problem of getting a client? What is everyone else doing? They're sending copy-paste DMs. They're outreaching from a shitty agency page. Okay, is that working? Clearly not, because these creators are getting that every single day from every single agency. So why would you do that? Okay, how can I fix this? What could I do different? What could I test that works? And you might not stumble across the main thing or the thing that works the first time. That's not the case. You might get it wrong. You might try the wrong thing. But by trying that, you've first of all got your foot in the door. The next thing is you need to now test this at your full capacity, at your full ability, and see and test, split test, do multiple tests, what outreaching strategy, what outreaching system works. Cool. You now found a proven, and when I mean proven, you've proven it with how many calls you've booked, we've proven it with how many model calls you got on. You've now proven an outreaching system that from the initial message to your follow-ups, to your booking of a call, moving over to WhatsApp, booking a call, you've now had success with it. Not just once, not just twice, multiple times that you can actively test or actively see, okay, when I've done that, it didn't work. When I've done this, it worked. Cool, now you've signed the model. Now, what 99% of OFM agency owners or everyone in this space does is, I've now got a model, fuck, I need to put all my effort into her, I need to scale her, I need to get her results before I can sign any more models. There's too much work to do. Why would you do that? Why would you now that you've got your desired goal, which is one, signing a model, why would you now cut yourself off to signing other creators? Maybe you don't have a high quality model. Maybe you need to get a higher quality model. Why would you stop outreaching? Why would you stop cutting off your chance to sign more creators? Again, you're not thinking like a business. Would a big OnlyFans agency just sign one creator and be happy with that? Oh, car's giving me warnings. Let's do a little cold start. Little interlude. Car's giving me warnings that the battery's draining from me doing this sit-down talk. So I'll let the engine warm up a little bit. Maybe go for a drive later. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, why would any business, any sustainable agency sign one client and stop? Would they? No. So why would you? If you want to get to where you want to get to, why would you not do what a successful agency would do? Remember, success leaves cues. Stuff that I have done. I have done what other people have left behind and showed what they have done. I followed footsteps of multiple other people that I take inspiration from. I've seen have done this the right way, have scaled their agency the right way or in business the right way. You have to look at what other people are doing. How can you do it better? How can you perform better? How can you take over? How can you market better? How can you chat better? What can you do differently? And this is business, essentially. At the corest level, it's what is the problem? The problem is, one, at the end of the day, with OnlyFans specifically, creators are not making money. Creators aren't making the desired money they want to be making and live the life they want to be making on their own. Because one, there's too much to handle with chatting, marketing, managing everything. And two, they don't have the strategy involved or in place to actually scale that. Or three, they are good at marketing, but they don't have the systems to manage the chatting. You need to look at all these problems and choose one specifically to specialize in. In terms of our case as an OFM agency, it's full circle management. So it's fixing the chatting, fixing the marketing, and fixing the managing. And you need to break it down to the chorus level. What is the problem you're trying to solve? How can you solve it? What is the quickest way to solve it? And how can you scale? And how can you put a system in place? Who could you hire? What could the person you hire do? How can he manage it? And how can you move on to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing, and to the next thing? And this is mainly the main point of this video. For the last 2 months now, so right now it's end of October. It's I'm looking at my watch like it's the right time. I have not set the date or the time in this watch for about 6 months. I'm sure it's about 24th, 25th of October. For the last 2 months, last month I was in Marbella, I was in Prague. Month before I was in, where was I? I was in Turkey. I've been here, there, everywhere last few months. In the midst of this, I have been so locked in that I've never been this locked in terms of in my last 2 years running this business, 2 years of running everything. Why? Because as I'm scaling as an agency, as I'm scaling with the creators I'm working with the results the creators are working with, there are constantly new problems, new things to solve, new things to implement that I need to do, that I need to fix. And at the end of the day, this is reality. The reality is I have this McLaren 720S. I barely get to drive it. Why? Because I'm busy working all the fucking time. From every morning, waking up strictly at 6:30, 7 a.m., getting on a call with my business partner, running through the business. Okay, what tasks do we need to get done today? What is in our weekly? What is in our monthly plan? What objectives do we need to hit? Cool, let's crack it. Let's get onto it. This is reality. It's not glitz, glamour. It's not traveling all the time. Just because I said I was traveling didn't mean I'd stop working. Didn't mean I stopped doing my calls, my work, implementing what I was already implementing before the holidays. Nothing stopped. Nothing slowed down. I have to adapt. I have to move things into my life. If you genuinely right now are working a job, maybe managing one creator, doing whatever, and you don't think you can take on the more work, you think you're doing too much, you need to sit yourself down, look in the mirror and realize you're a fucking idiot. One, because if you genuinely don't think you can do more, then either two things. Either one, you're deluded because essentially no one works their whole 16 hours or 17, 18 hours being awake. So that's one. And two, you're either doing too much on the wrong thing. Because at the end of the day, it's not about working hard. Like, put it bluntly, working hard is just a byproduct, or getting results is a byproduct of working hard on the right things. You need to put the time into the right things. So you don't want to be working or putting your energy into the wrong business, into the wrong system, into the wrong strategy, into the wrong person that you hire. Putting the time into the wrong thing doesn't make you money. It doesn't make you results. That's why on a weekly basis, you need to be reviewing everything and looking at what it actually is that you're working on. What goals are you actually doing what you need to get done? And this is the reality of business. It's solving problem after problem after problem. Let's say you solve your biggest problem, which is traffic. Well done. Well done. You've got to 100 paid subs a day. What's next now? Chatting. What are you going to just do? Put a chatting agency on it? What are you just going to do? Put shit Filipino chatters on it? No, now you have to fix chatting. You have to make sure your chatting is on point. Because if you don't, you're literally losing $2,000 a day, $1,000 a day in revenue that you could have got from the chatting. Now you fix chatting. Cool. What's next? How can you scale now? Okay, you can do these results on one creator. Now you need to do this on 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 20, 30, 40. It's a constant problem. Cool, let's say you're running at capacity with 5 creators, you're making 100, 200 grand a month. Cool, how can you scale from here? You're doing all the marketing, you're managing the chatting, you need to hire. You need to look at every problem, break down the core element of each problem, and just break down what it actually is. What is the problem? What it actually is that you need to fix. How can you fix it? How can you set the system up once you've fixed it yourself? How can you set the system up? Who can you hire to manage the system and run the system? And then how can you move on to the next? And that's business. Business isn't flexing. It isn't all of this shit. It isn't all of this fancy shit, watches, cars, whatever. It's about systems and solving problems. At the end of the day, the more problems you solve, the more value you add, the more money you generate. The more problems you solve, the more systems you need to set up, the more running, active, working systems you can set up, the more money you generate. And all of this at the end of the day is for the goal of making yourself richer, making your clients richer, and obviously living a better life. And that's how you have to look at it. You don't have to look at it from oh, I need to do this traffic source, I need to jump on this, I need to know this strategy, I need to pay this person to learn this strategy. You need to look at the core fundamentals of business, and then you need to do that and test that across your clients, test that across your creators, and get results with that. And that's simply it, boys. That is simply business in a very basic, how do I say, in a very basic sense, and a core principles of business. And that applies to any business, not just OFM, not just drop shipping, not just e-com, not just brick and mortar businesses, not just, let's say you have a car rental place, let's say you have a car dealership. It applies to any business, and that is a reality. But yeah, boys, let me just show you a quick little tour of the McLaren as well. Luckily, let's put the spoiler up. No faults. Show you boys the Alcantara. See, as well, a lot of guys love to complain about how supercars aren't spacious, but if you look here, flip this around, in the back you've got a shit ton of space, just the way they've made these McLarens. Again, Alcantara seats, steering wheel. We do a little go around, obviously the door goes up. Fucking hell. Crazy car. I genuinely think this is the best spec 720S out there. I don't know, boys. Put in the comments if you know there's a better 720 out there than this one. I can't. I'll put my money on it. This is the best spec 720S. See the back. Again, of course, carbon, obviously carbon, Alcantara, and carbon hood, carbon front lip. And yeah, boys, soon, very soon, let's get back in the car. See if I can set this up. Yeah, very soon I'll be heading over to Dubai. It's, again, let me just check when it is. Yeah, so it's the end of October now, so very soon I'll be in Dubai. So in a week or so, I'll be flying over and moving over there full time. My apartment here, Manny, runs out now. So, not now, in the next month. So yeah, I'm setting everything up now, again, to scale. Everything is to scale. Get to that next level, be uncomfortable, be around higher people. Again, here, Manny, I feel like I've outgrown it. I'm around the same people. I'm doing the same shit. I need to level up again. Constant level up. Never get complacent. Never get comfortable in your same position. Always level up. But yeah, boys, that's it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.